Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Y'all gonna be mad at me when you find out why I'm late. It wasn't for court vibes. I need bacon, so I made bacon. I'm late. I'm late because I was making 2 pounds of bacon. I'm sorry, I need it. I didn't even get to eat it though. They're all scarfing it up right now, and I might not even get any, which would be horrible. Well, I made a full dinner at 4:30 in the morning because they were hungry and I wanted bacon. Okay, so Judge Fleischer is gonna have to hold this ship up today. I got 2 clips, and then all the rest is Judge Fleischer, but that's fine. So they're both neither of them are crazy court clips, by the way. They're just an American Sign Language, which she's awesome. I just think it's great. And that other Chiarini, Chiarinini, the other the one that I said was like it sounded, you'll see, it sounds Hawaiian, but it's not. Those 2 clips. The good news is the first clip, this judge, I don't know if you remember him. He is such a cutie pie. He has this baby face, these blue eyes, and this little like curly hair at the top. Do you remember him? Yeah, that's who we're gonna have to suffer through and watch today. Sorry, guys. I don't pick the clips, they pick me. Yeah, Budgie, that's because I made bacon and it came out perfect and they're gonna eat it all. No burnt ones, no raw ones. Perfect. So let's get started. Let's go to Cutie Pie Judge. Down to my circle I go. There we go. So there it is. All right, I see Karen. Karen interpreter.
And the motion itself acknowledges or indicates that that information will be provided to defense upon request so that a complete investigation can be completed or can be done.
Bicara tadi rekan huat mau meda te periksa kursi rekan huat ki ada ada suai nama itu dah singi cik bekai si tu mama te bicara te mepu singi dah ada suai hi si nama ame te bicara tu dah cek apa.
So while the motion
Hawaiian.
admittedly is fairly limited, I do find that it provides a sufficient basis for the limited restriction requested under Rule 16.
Bicara tadi rekan kono hura at o le balik tu itu dema bicara de tadi rekan kono hura mabit mepu le mi le ba keseber mete te sudah ada yuklo ma ro si chuna ko.
And I do not find that at this time such a restriction infringes on Mr. Ray's right to confrontation or ability to defend or investigate the case.
Bicara ko hina ma met hana ite de Mr. Rekali chaku si te kasi medicine hona ma adite tatudak te chanato.
If a more specific showing is made at a later date, I'm happy to reconsider that. And I will, of course, order the people to provide any statements made falling under Rule 16 as requested in paragraph 11.
The more make it matter as that together, Joda or Hinama, remember the double sepat the Monamo said the little me, the Kanye chick sound about to Pabura the recourse and everything at the court sepa.
Ms. Beck, anything further on that?
Your Honor,
Miss Becky Dalopate.
Sorry, I keep doing that. We are asking that the prosecution provide a redacted copy of reports because the current reports do include things like address, phone number, and there is a 4,005.
Kingsley, can you hear me or are you on the phone? Can you hear me right now? Hey, Monica.
100+ set of reports in discovery. It makes it extremely difficult to go over discovery with Mr. Ray.
Where see the herder they play the people the city can hold the hair singing a mamma meditated together, not the hin who parameter together, she met her being a homa who committed losing a look book. I be chatted the care his in a hora, yet neither pay mamma at the Pusai beach who doesn't get that to Mr. Leona.
Thank you. Ms. Konechny?
That Miss
Kingsley. So I just bought a ticket to Texas without thinking everything through. Like, you know, how crazy Houston Airport might be and how crazy Texas might be just for me to go alone. And then I just started like, oh man, I can't go to Texas by myself. I can't. There's no way. And then your father sent me a text. I'm picking you up from the airport. What? I told him no, he doesn't have to do that. I'll take an Uber. He's going to Houston Airport, which I'm sure will not be pleasant at all to drive to pick me up. And now I'm going to Texas because I was going to cancel. I got so nervous I was going to cancel. But your father sent me that text. And now I'm definitely, and I feel so much better. And you know who else feels better? Nan. Nan didn't like that I was going to Texas. But once she found out that that your father was picking me up, she's good with it now. I got her approval.
Kennedy.
I hope
So if
for
I understand,
beer.
defense is asking for us to provide a completely redacted copy of discovery so that they can comply with this order.
Keda mete singing nama bicara aku aplikasi ma tema dete letter di care ko tema mete pina hura pemit pitemina to kesana mete mata yukle yuklor ko na
That is correct.
ma
Judge, I think I trust that Ms. Becky and Ms. Abbott would adhere to this without the immense amount of work to go through and physically redact all of this. If it's something that they're reviewing with Mr. Ray, I trust their ability to do so as an officer of the court.
I didn't swear you to secrecy. I really don't swear people to secrecy because I don't like secrets. Did I swear you to secrecy? No, I didn't. I didn't.
tapi tu doku itu bicara ada kuma besi kapa ko dari dekada sinema si mete mete bi chucha kapa me jatuh cakap hanya mete isu singi jatuh ke Mr. Dere para
Donald should have told me that it was a secret because I'm the one with the mouth.
Just to be clear, we have been complying with it. The issue is that it is extremely burdensome for us to review each piece of discovery. We will be reviewing with him in advance to make sure that it does not contain anything that we cannot show us on a screen as we're moving through different reports.
bicara ko no hora pesi mitati sao no dari dekada ko no hora pesi bi chutati no ho to power chando pa mete pesi ni biasa kila batu para peta mete meta
Okay, see his face. See his face? Do you want to know why he's looking like that? In case you weren't paying attention. The defense has a lot of evidence to put in, okay? And all the evidence has personal PPI, personal protective information on it, okay? Addresses, social security numbers, phone numbers, I don't know, medical records, I don't know. So they want to send it to the prosecutor, but they have to redact all that information. And now they're here telling the judge that there's like we have to redact all that information. There's too much information to redact. It would be too hard. Don't worry, the judge is about to talk to her.
True no ho power mete piaja pede mete ma aku bita mete ma script ko no ho ena ma pesi thame no to pa
Thank you.
ada that
The request here is more simply related to the division of labor, related to ensuring compliance with the court's order.
tadi de care kuna bichenada ta kuitar kuna bichenada te pita mi de kyau no ko a bichenada ite ma the te ayo me te puso de le me tengo usted camera ko.
Well, certainly burdensome for both parties. I think at this time I will leave it to defense, given that they will be deciding what reports or discovery to show Mr. Ray and discuss with Mr. Ray.
Bichenada di de care ko hina ma ite the pita ko chi usted na ko no ko. Me te puso da ka se si de de ite si baby cho se na me te Mr. Ray no ho para be me ke se pau te.
And so I certainly appreciate and understand the request, Ms. Becky, but I will have to leave it to Ms. Becky, Ms. Abbott, to ensure that what process and how to comply with the court's order here.
The mete vet si kuitar kuma Miss Becky kuitar kuma singe vet ada ko no hora si be tadi tadi chang ni pau te na ki si no hora be mete aku ta pe ke pan ai chu na ko.
Thank you, Ms. Becky. Anything further?
Ta berat mi ta kira ro se pa te.
I think the only other thing we had is we want to make sure that Mr. Lin is available to be in person for the motions hearing and jury trial dates.
Mana masih vet si te o te ta bichenada ta mana masih vet he na Mr. Lin au ko pe ba ko ba.
And Mr. Lin, I know we'll need to coordinate that administratively on our side, but is that realistic on your end for January 17th and then March 19th through 28th?
Yes, that's the already mentioned that we agree on that date. So if the court administration contact me, then I would be able to get there in person. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I will, to the extent that I'm not overridden on this, I will order that Mr. Lin be in person for those dates. That will facilitate simultaneous translation much better so that we can have a more efficient proceeding.
Hina mete mana masih dah mete benar tenar ma mete mana cini nak kau ihe tahu dah vet pada dah mana masih nak kau vet kau ku cakap Patel nak kau tu pabula ite vet so kasa tu mami ke asi mete peluk he vet satu he vet hina ma vet he tahu big cakap Patel nak kau pabula mete di terlena dah mete pusai bi macam tu ni mete pada pelajar terlena malah selalu nak kau.
And given that, I'll order that both parties provide notice at least 14 days prior to those hearings that we are proceeding, so I can make the appropriate accommodations.
Biasanya tadi tekian aku mah mete kita singe plan aku mah mete mete di terus tu jabat ber mete malik lu lekele literally mana masih nak pame.
Thank you, Ms. Kinesi. Anything further for the people?
That Mr. Kinesi tabu ya kuja pergi apa itu?
No, thank you.
Apa tabu?
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back January 17th.
Thank you.
Ada hua lopin hua tu ya maka saya mete telah paisa kuning ni pada bu.
Okay, none of those sounded like words to me, guys. None of them. It sounded like that fish that Fozzie typed in chat that one day. Mana luka 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 luka. Donald, next time you have a secret, tell me it's a secret. Fozzie's really good at it. Fozzie tells me things all the time. And then most of the time he's like, listen, don't talk about this. Don't say this. Whatever you do, don't not say this. Okay, but it sounds like it to me. It sounds like Hanamana Luku Luku Luku. That sounded Hawaiian. That's the one. That's the one. Oh, but he told me, so. Oh, man. Okay, not Fleischer yet. We're going one more place first. It's going to be hard to watch chat when this starts. I'm just telling you now. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. In my head, I know what I'm thinking, but my mouth is not. Okay. Here we go.
Schwingler now.
And again, I need to apologize to this judge because I did apologize to her, but I feel like I owe her another apology for no reason. It's the first time I saw this judge, I was like, "You got to be kidding me." This judge, she's a judge. How is she going to send someone to jail? She's, like going to bake them cookies. And I couldn't believe that she was a judge. And I said that out loud. No, I didn't. I was doing it by myself in my head. So then I saw her tear someone up, and I played it for you guys. I've seen her tear a couple other people up. On this docket, she tears a couple of attorneys up because they're messing with her calendar. She's like, "No." She just tells them no, flat out. So she looks tiny and nice and big cookie-ish, but she's not. Uh, she'll slap you down so fast, but she doesn't in this clip. In this clip, it's all about this lady right here. She's awesome.
Yes.
Okay. And what would help you most, interpreter, to be able to interpret for Mr. Schwingler?
Just talk like you normally would, Your Honor.
Okay.
See, she struggles at first because the judge is talking too slow for her. She's like, she doesn't know what to do.
All right. I just
I
wonder
think
if
he's
the
gonna
camera-
unlock his hands so he can at least sign a little bit.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good. That's helpful. All right. All right.
He's ready.
For the record, this is 24M317, People v. Johnny Schwingler. Mr. Schwingler appears by WebEx from the Teller County Jail. Mr. Schwingler, I am Teller County Court Judge Kilgore. I sit in Cripple Creek, Colorado. I am going to advise you of your rights, of the charge, and then we'll talk about bond.
Don't worry, it gets
I'm
faster.
assuming you did not get an advisement of rights there in writing at the jail?
You're right. Yes.
Okay, so yes, he did not get an advisement.
Hold on a second. Did a lawyer explain? No lawyer has talked to him yet.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Oh, Deputy, was there something you wanted to say?
Yes, Your Honor, we did give him a paper copy of the advisements to read over while everyone else was watching the video.
Oh, that's wonderful.
But he said, I have a hard time reading. English is not my first language. It's a lot of legal jargon. So I really don't understand it.
All right.
How did she get that from that?
And this is a question for interpreter Witsack. Do I need, how slow do I need to
You
go?
can just
so
talk
that you can
normal. You
follow?
don't need to slow
Just
down, Your Honor.
Talk normal? Okay.
Yep, just talk normal.
You have the right to remain silent. That means that you do not have to make a statement about your charges to anyone. Anything that you do say concerning these charges can and may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to counsel. The court recommends that you have an attorney represent you. You may be entitled to a court-appointed attorney. If you are indigent, you have the right to request the appointment of counsel or consult with a public defender before any further proceedings are held. You have the right to a trial on your charges. You can have that trial in front of a judge or jury. You have the right to know the nature of the charges against you. Any plea which you make to the charges must be voluntary and not the result of any undue influence, pressure, or coercion on the part of anyone. You have the right to bail if the offense is bailable, and the right to know the amount of bail set by the court. As a general advisement, if you are not a citizen of the United States, whether or not you have lawful immigration status, you should tell your lawyer because you have the right to receive advice from your lawyer about the specific impact this case will have, if any, on your status. As a second general advisement, if you are a current or former member of the U.S. Armed Forces, you may be entitled to receive mental health treatment, substance use disorder treatment, or other services. Do you understand your rights, sir?
Yes, I understand.
The charge here is violation of a civil protection order, which is a class 2 misdemeanor carrying possible penalties of up to 120 days in the county jail and or up to a $750 fine. Do you understand the charge and the possible penalties, sir?
Yes,
I have a mandatory protection order for you, sir. It provides that you shall not harass,
Casey.
molest, intimidate,
Thank you. Oh,
retaliate against, or tamper
Wait, one
with
second.
any witness to or
Thank
victim
you.
of the acts you're charged with committing, specifically Susan Ward. I'm also ordering that you refrain from contacting or directly or indirectly communicating with the victim or witnesses. You are going to get a copy of this mandatory protection order there at the jail. You will be asked to sign off acknowledging that you have been advised of this mandatory protection order, and you should get a copy for your records. I do find probable cause to believe that Mr. Schwingler violated or committed this offense. Mr. Garrett, what's the people's position on bond?
Your Honor, the
3
people
months.
note one prior
Yay.
domestic violence conviction
Thank
in
you.
19M6080. I was able to read the PC affidavit.
You got this.
Yeah,
Tell us
I'll
how
leave
it
it at
went
that.
in
People
Discord.
be requesting a PR bond.
Okay, Ms. Yakir.
I would be requesting a PR bond as well. I'd note in that case that the prosecution had mentioned Mr. Schwingler did successfully complete domestic violence probation. He had no prior failures to appear. He did receive a positive 6 score on the PR bond investigation report. Given that there were no violent allegations here, given that he's previously been successful on a domestic violence case, and the positive PR bond investigation report, I would be requesting a PR bond as well.
Thank you. All right, well, the court does apply the factors in 16-4-103 concerning the setting of bond. The court also has considered the arguments of counsel and the PR bond application. The court will grant Mr. Schwingler a PR bond in the amount of $1,000. We're going to give you another court date, Mr. Schwingler, that next
one
court
moment,
date.
Your Honor. I'm sorry to interrupt. He just is having a hard time seeing me. And what is a PR bond, he asks?
It's basically a contract which you sign and promise to appear on the next court date, but it doesn't require that you pay money to get out. Okay. So your next court date is going to be?
October 14th at 8:30.
October 14th at 8:30 a.m. All right. If you do wish to have the assistance of a public defender, you should go to their office in Colorado Springs and submit that application along with proof of your income for the past 30 days. All right?
One moment.
Any questions, Mr. Schwingler? And please don't talk about the incident itself because anything you say is being recorded.
Can't see your hand. Do you have any questions? October 14th. I have two court dates, October and November 14th.
Just one date, October 14th at 8:30.
Okay.
All right.
I
Are
can't
you
see your
sure she
hands.
didn't say that?
Sorry, I couldn't see his hands. I'd tell him to sit back. So it's Teller County or Colorado Springs Court?
Teller County, Cripple Creek. I do allow people to appear by WebEx if it's difficult for you to get here. Okay?
It's better for me to come in person.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you, Your
Thank you,
Honor.
Ms. Witzak.
Have a good day.
You too. Right.
I thought that was super cool. Super, super, super cool. So, sorry, my son gave me bacon. I have bacon. Wasn't she great? Wasn't she? I thought she was great. So, now we're going to Fleischer. It's time for him to carry the load of the stream. I was late today, so I missed the beginning. It was 40 minutes late. So we're gonna watch this together. I don't know. That's two people that said that now. I don't think so. I think, yeah, Fozzie, have you not been listening? Anyway, I think, like, I don't know. I don't know. She like I have to cringe a little bit, especially when I hear her yell at other people. It's funny. I should get more of her. With who? Who should we call? Because I do call. I call Fozzie all the time on stream. Okay, it's the other way around, but same difference. Should I call Judge and see if he's awake yet? Judge, everybody wanted me to call you. Good luck today. Bye. Nan, I was talking about you earlier. Hi, Jazzy. All right, I should get to work. I have to be really, really, really good until October 16th. This is stressful. talking to us right now. That's why he hasn't, that's why he didn't start court,
What's gonna happen now? Have a bag?
because he's talking to us. Oh, did you see that? You need a badge to open up that door to get back there. She just opened that door for whoever it was. I was watching chat and I didn't get to see what his suit is today, but it looks like it's gonna be good. Yeah, he's smiling because he's talking to us. Yeah, Kurt, I slept a lot today. I worked. I got home from work. I sat in my chair to get my videos ready and fell asleep and just slept in the chair. I know.
All right, nerds, you ready? Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Hey, what's up?
Arraignments on docket this morning.
Ready? Okay, am I bringing them up?
Sure, Mr. Patel.
Good morning, Mr. Patel. Mr. Patel, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you.
On September 24th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop in the 13700 block of Cypress North Houston Road in Harris County, Texas, for a vehicle failing to signal a lane change. Officer made contact with the defendant, the driver and the sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer observed strong odor of marijuana. PC search of vehicle conducted, and the officer located Ziploc bag in center console containing 4 purple vials with white rolled cigars containing green leafy substance, ID'd as marijuana based on training and experience, weight 0.2 ounces.
He was pulled over for what?
For failing to signal. Well,
Okay, and then did you say they smelled marijuana inside the vehicle?
the officer observed a strong odor of marijuana from poaching.
All right, Mr. Patel, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you don't have a license, a Texas driver license and liability insurance, is it suspended because of the DWI and you just never fixed it? Is that what it is? Don't drive. Otherwise, you will stay with me. Do you understand? I'm not asking much. I'm only asking you to follow the law. If you want to drive, go get a license, liability insurance, and then we can talk. I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me. So I want you to realize how serious I am. If you drive, you will go to jail and you could be potentially, I can hold you in contempt. You're looking at 6 months every single time you drive. Do you understand?
Oh, look at that.
I'm not going to put any conditions, just don't drive. That's it. If he gets license and insurance, I'm happy to take it off, but until that point, if I find that he's driving, and I don't care what your excuse is, I don't care if Mother Teresa needs to ride to church, burning building and 50 kittens need rescuing, you drive. Just don't.
You're right, Kurt.
I'm gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive. After that, I'll get you to Victoria. We will have you sign a reset. I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with counsel. She will tell you when you have to come back to court. If she tells you that you're playing games, you're not responding to.
Absolutely not. If I go up here, I'm going to jail. I don't want to go to jail.
Phone calls, text messages. I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Do not pick up any new cases. Do you understand? Okay, guys, thanks.
Take it from me. 50 kittens are way too many kittens.
Charchin,
No, petrified.
what is it? Krashan. Ms. Krashan, you're charged with hindering apprehension. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be pointed to you, ma'am.
Officers observed a vehicle in channel view of an individual they knew by sight to have active warrants and attempted to commence the traffic stop. Individual evaded and the officers lost sight of the vehicle, but located it at the individual's parents' house. The officers spoke to the parents, who stated that the individual's wife, the defendant, picked him up right after he abandoned the car at the residence. The officers visited the defendant's house and spoke with her. She told the officers that she was aware of his warrant for AFM because she was the complaining witness in that case. And she told officers that she dropped the defendant off dropped the individual off at a nearby gas station. The officer spoke to the gas station clerk, who knew the individual by name and appearance, and he told the officers that he had not seen the individual at all that day.
Here's the issue with the bingo cards, okay? Think of a normal bingo card has 75 numbers on it, and then they're randomly put on cards and handed out to people. So for us to be able to play bingo with each other or against each other or how it's supposed to be, first we need 75 of Fleischerisms. We need to come up with 75 of his sayings, which should be easy, right? And then next, we have to figure out a way to randomly distribute those so that everybody has the same, the same ones. Not everybody pulls from the same 75 as everybody else. And then we all have to go to like if you go to bingo generator or one of those sites, yes, there's 25 on a card, Fozzie. So, but they're random from the pool of 75. So we need a pool of 75, and then we need to randomly put them on a card and give everybody a card. And that's the problem. So everybody would have to go to the same place to get a card, but first we need to input those 75 Fleischerisms. I hope you don't put 50 kittens burning, though, because that's not cool. Not cool. See? Yep. I got to like, I don't know, 38 Fleischerisms, and then I'm like, you still got to enter the data. I got to 38. Ain't nobody got time for that. I was sleeping. I only got 2 clips for you all today. You think I can make a bingo card? I have trials that I can't put here. That I got by accident, actually. The one I am going to show you guys, it's a Russian trial. Father versus daughter. And I'm just going to skip all the legal. I'm going to skip jury selection. I'm going to skip anything legal. And I'm just going to put daughter on the stand, father on the stand, closing statements, and done. And then, oh my God. Bingo is not more important than bacon. It was delicious. I feel like making more because 3-4 pieces is not enough. It was really good. But no, he doesn't. It's bacon. Wait, Jazzy, not you too. Come on, guys. It's bacon. Have you guys never tasted bacon before? All right. Now we're getting into math. All right, come on, Judge. Save us. Save us.
The officers again asked the defendant for the individual's whereabouts. The defendant changed her story several times, hindering the individual's arrest.
The husband or boyfriend,
Yes, they're married.
and so the warrant for an AFM.
Right. So I think the officers in Channel View knew who he was. And
Do you have a cause number for that? For the complaining
I
witness?
made it with love.
I guess he's not really a complaining witness, though. I don't.
I do. For a moment.
And would that be a co-defendant? No, just a complainant.
So he had the warrant for the AFM, and then he picked up an evading with a vehicle, and also an ag assault with a deadly weapon charge on the 25th as well. But I have the cause number for the AFM.
Yeah, I'll give it. Let me have it.
So 2530303.
Reds.
Jasmine, I'll fight you right now. I will fight you right now. We don't hate on bacon.
Did you tell me what the aggravated assault was about? Or did you not say that? Because it looks like all this is out of the same transaction.
So for the AFM, that occurred on the 21st.
Okay.
Obviously the newest ones are felonies, so these occurred on the 25th. I'm not sure about the ag assault, but if you'd like.
Stop the animal abuse in chat, guys. I know where bacon comes from, but we don't have to talk about it.
I think it was the defendant in that case was walking around a trailer park where the complaining witness lived. And the complaining witness was walking up to his trailer front door. The defendant knocked and pointed a black pistol at him. The complainant left and provided a description. And then the officer located the defendant at a nearby gas station.
Hi, Constance.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm awarding you as a. You understand? With the Carlos Garza Perez, you're not allowed to have contact with this person. If I find that you do, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds out of here.
I'm so glad you came. Do you like Judge Fleischer?
Tell me, what do you do for a living, man?
I work for Maximus, a veteran-owned company. I'm a medical bookmarker.
Okay, how much money do you make a month?
I make 17 an hour. I make about 2,500 a month.
Who do you live with?
I live by myself with my children,
How many kids you got?
3.
I believe you, Twitchy.
Are any of
I do.
them Mr. Perez's kids?
Yes, 2 of them.
Do you want to apply for an appointed lawyer, ma'am?
Here we go.
Okay,
You're not gonna
we will
like
give you
this.
an application, ma'am. Don't have contact with this person. Please,
Sorry,
I
I'm gonna
mean,
gift
you
a
can see
membership.
that it's just dragging you down. You know, I get it that you have kids, but he's now got 3 charges. He's looking at $100,000 bond on the aggravated assault and just, no. I'm also ordering you not to be in possession of weapons as well. Okay, I'll have you go to, Stephen's going to give you an application for the appointed lawyer. Victoria's going to have you sign a reset, and then I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions and until you've met with the lawyer. Okay? Okay, ma'am, please.
All right, Judge, page 12.
So can you file no contracting, no weapons, please? What page?
Page 12.
Mr. Yunko, do you speak English? Mr. Yunko, you're charged with illegal dumping. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We were going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On June 20th, 2024, the defendant illegally dumped 3 large tires weighing approximately
Darkest,
75
welcome.
pounds at 10800 Exeter Street, Houston, Texas. The weight of the tires was provided by defendant during a non-custodial interview. The entire dumping incident was captured via a Houston Police Department surveillance camera, which was installed near the location of the dumping and captured the defendant driving a black Chevrolet truck bearing Texas license plate number MHL0086 pulled to the side of the road.
It as well. I'm sure they confronted him. Spoke to him.
I can check, Judge. I just have that he admitted to the weight of the tires.
Who is this guy? Did we meet him before?
Yes, so
Okay. Mr. Yunko, do you tell me. Well, first off, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Second off, do you have a Texas driver license? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Okay, you run a license, please. Do not pick up any new cases. I am not putting any conditions on your bond now. The only thing I'm asking to do is don't pick up any new cases. Otherwise, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. You understand? Great, thanks. Okay, I see that you do have a lawyer. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna just have you sign a reset and then we're gonna have you just waiting back for your lawyer to get here. At that point, we'll have you guys just speak and then you guys will be, you'll be able to leave. Behave while you're out there. Don't pick up anything else. It's not gonna go well. Okay, please.
Is he coming up? Come on up.
Mcardell, page 15.
Nope. Innocent. He has the dream team on.
Good morning, Mr.
Innocent.
McCardell.
Send him home. Hi, Siobhan.
Sir, you're charged with tampering with a government record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're gonna do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you do not afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 20th, 2022, Harris County Sheriff's Office observed a vehicle with
Can anybody see if that is the dream team or did they just make a new dream team out of Steph Curry or something?
fictitious buyer's tag, which had also expired in January of 2022. The defendant was the driver. He stated he knew the license plate was fake, and that's why the deputy pulled him over. Defendant stated he purchased the license plate from a friend on Instagram.
All right, Mr. McCardell, I'm gonna find that there's
That's where I get
probable
my
cause to go
plates.
forward with the case.
Instagram.
Do you have
Yeah.
a Texas driver
My
license?
birth certificate.
You run his license, please.
He's eligible, Your Honor.
Great. Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Driving at the moment.
First off, I sent him candy through Amazon, so I don't need to bring it. Second off, I bought the little plane tickets. So I'm not allowed even to carry on. I'm not even allowed to carry on. So I'm gonna put as much stuff into my purse as I can. My dog won't fit, or my dog would come with me. Oh, I do have a little kitten. So yeah, I bought a plate on Instagram. So no, I'm not bringing him any candy. I'm not. We're gonna have steak because it's Texas and they have steak in Texas, and that's what I know the most about Texas. I don't know. I can't wait. Hey, Robert.
Are you not planning on driving any car then? Okay, then I'm gonna have you
Okay,
sign an
I'll get
affidavit
it
with
off
me. You're not
Instagram.
allowed to drive any vehicle unless you have liability insurance on the vehicle that you drive with your name on it. Do you understand? If I find that you drive and you don't have insurance, then I'm going to put you in jail.
I can't buy candy while I'm in Texas because I don't have a car, which means someone or an Uber is getting me. Now, if an Uber was getting me, I would have no problem having him drive me all around Texas to get what I want. But no, Donald is getting me, and we don't know Texas. So there is no way, in any way, I'm going to make Donald find sweet tarts in Houston. Not happening. I did not get my dress yet, but there's one at Boscov's that I really like. And I did get my shoes already. I don't have my dress, but I got a pair of I'm going with flat boots instead of heels because I won't be able to do it. So just flats, which is sucks because I'm 5'2 3/4. So like Steven is going, I'm going to be like, hey, Steven, what's up? How's the weather up there? Victoria's going to tower over me.
Jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? Okay, how old are you? What do you do for a living, sir? What do you do for a living?
Not working at the moment.
So what are you doing with yourself?
I always wanted a Yugo. Oh,
I shut down the port. I got my tour card. I can't work.
Did you graduate from high school?
Say it again.
Did you graduate from high school?
2020.
that's how much I
All right, I'm
am.
gonna have you come up here, swear to us that you're not gonna drive without liability insurance in your name. We're gonna reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So we'll have you sign this, have you sign a reset, and we'll get you out of here, sir.
So it feels like a lie if I say I'm 5'3", but I'm not 5'2". I'm not. Short people are 5'2". Just
Robert,
kidding.
Clay, page 19 and 20. Okay, thank you.
Morning, Mr. Roberts Clay. Sir, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with failure to stop and give information, and you were charged with evading arrest or detention. President, you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
September 24th, 2024 in Harris County, Texas. Officer was dispatched to assist another officer at the Teddy's Food Mart gas station on East X Freeway regarding a small child that had fallen out of the back of a car as the driver kept driving. The second officer arrived at the scene and observed that the defendant was talking with his girlfriend, the witness, while she was holding the child from the accident in her arms. The defendant then quickly exited the gas station parking lot when he saw the officer parked behind him. The defendant then drove westbound on Cross Timbers
5'7"
Drive
and
and ran a red
3/4.
light as he attempted to turn northbound at the intersection and struck a Toyota RAV4, which is the complaining witness in this case. The defendant then tried to grab the items from his vehicle and flee the scene of the accident on foot. Defendant ran past the officer's patrol vehicle back to the parking lot of Teddy's Food Mart and was then detained by officers. The officer spoke to the complaining witness, who advised that the damage to his front bumper was approximately $1,000. Defendant advised he ran from the scene of the accident because he wanted to check on his child.
The initial contact was, you said someone fell out of a car.
That's what it looks like, Your Honor. It looks like the officers were dispatched to this gas station. I think somebody else called that a child had fallen out of a sedan, like at the gas station. And from what I understand from this, that was the defendant's girlfriend's car.
There's no accident or due to a child being unrestrained, is it?
That's not in this case. The accident was caused, in this case with this complaining witness, by the defendant fleeing from the gas station and running the red light.
Okay. Mr. Roberts Clay, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir? I want you to understand that there's nothing that chaps my you-know-what more than when someone drives without a license and
need that.
insurance.
We're going to Houston.
Do not drive. I don't care what you have to do in your life. I don't care where your kid's got to go. I don't care what you need to do. If you don't have a license, if you don't have insurance, don't drive. There's no faster way to get your bond revoked and making it very, very high than driving and breaking these bond conditions. Do you understand?
"5'1" is perfect. You got it right. But what would you have written to begin with if you didn't convert it?
This is an affidavit that you're going to sign with me right now. This is a promise that you're going to make to me today that you're not going to drive. And if I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing, hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days and a $500 fine every time you drive. It will be an offense in and of itself. So take this to heart. Do not drive. Do you understand? And I would hope that the girlfriend who is driving or whoever has that car has those kids restrained in the proper restraints as kids should be. There's a certain weight limit and age that kids have to be in a certain type of car seat. And if you don't, you're putting their lives in extreme danger every time you guys get into a car and drive. I don't want you to, giving you friendly advice now. I'm gonna tell you, I left my school yesterday and I see a lady in front of me, two kids, probably 2-year-old and a 3-year-old in a car, unrestrained, as she bolts out of the parking lot of the elementary school. Kids are just jumping in back and she's just weaving. I nearly lost it because it unnecessarily puts kids in danger. Don't put lives in danger. Now you're not to drive at all. And if I see you drive, holy moly, I'm going to lose my shiza. Do you understand? Tell me, what do you do for a living? What is was? Why? Are you still working there? Why not?
Laid off.
Because what were you doing? What kind of seasonal work were you doing there? Okay. You don't want to apply? I mean, you could get really great benefits by working at the post office.
I just got laid off, that's all, because it was season.
Okay. So what are you doing with yourself now?
I'm trying to get my driver's license and drive trucks, basically.
Okay. When did you get laid off from the post office?
And
We're now in October. It's month 10.
probably 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
Okay, you need to get a job. And I'm making that a condition of your bond as well. How many kids you got? Okay, that child needs to eat. That child needs clothes. And if you're not working, you're not providing, and you're not being a good father. Do you understand? I will have you sign an app, or I will give you a lawyer today, but I'm going to bring you back here in 2 weeks and I want to see what you have done to get a job. If you've done nothing, life is just not going to go well for you and me. Do you understand? Mr. Roberts Clay, one more thing. I will drug test you 40 days from today. And if I find that you're using any kind of illegal substances, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. If you have a valid prescription, then you can take, but there is no valid prescription for meth, cocaine, and you're not allowed to use marijuana. Do you understand? Okay, come on. Well, I'm gonna have him fill out an application, but I mean, he's not working, so.
All right, and was that pretrial bond conditions or?
No, with Rachel, because I'm gonna test his butt in 40 days.
All right, Judge, next is page 23. Shael DeMarcus.
Did you say 23?
It's the bottom of 23.
I can't tell what's on his shirt at all.
Mr. Shael,
Spell that a little differently. So
you
that
have been
YouTube
given
doesn't get
one
me.
PR bond. You've made 2 out-of-county bonds. Your case is now nearly 1,400 days old. Is your lawyer here with you today?
I think they were supposed to withdraw today, the lawyer that I had.
I'm not granting that withdrawal. And we today decide what we're going to do with your case. You either accept it.
Which doctor prescribes those? I'm asking for a friend. Don't worry.
Or we're going to go to trial. But after
Very.
1,400 days, it's time to put this baby to bed. Take a seat for me at the jury box. We need to reach out to Garza, figure out what we're going to do.
Cifuentes. 24.
She calls the same names over and over and over again. We should write down a list of 10 names. And then, no, I'm not. I would share, Fozzie, $10 each one. We should write down a list of names we think she's going to call today. I mean, there's always a Jackson. Anyway, and see how close we get.
I'm sending you for a drug test right now, Mr. Cifuentes. Let's see what, if anything, is in your system. You must come right back. If you fail to come back, your bond will be tripled. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Okay, take a seat for me.
Judge, for now.
Is that it?
Yes. All right, go ahead and see Rachel. That's all for now.
Okay. Any, no THS?
He keeps getting closer, right?
Page 23, Judge, it was another.
Okay. Marquise Roy. Mr. Roy, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas. They met with the complaining witness who stated that the defendant, the father of her children, had assaulted her. The complaining witness and the defendant were arguing over the relationship status. The complainant went to the defendant's residence to get their children, and the defendant told the complainant that he would slap her when she arrived. The complainant stated upon her arrival, the defendant brought out their children, and when he was putting the children into the vehicle, the defendant slapped the complaining witness on the right side of her face. The defendant pushed the complaining witness against the driver's side door and choked her for 5 to 10 seconds. The defendant stopped choking her and left, but then came back and choked her again for 5 to 10 seconds. The complaining witness stated that she did not feel pain from the slap, but she did feel pain from being choked twice. Officers did not observe physical injuries.
Did it impede breath?
Question. It looks like there hasn't been a RIF done on this case yet. We can certainly find that out and talk about
That's
Lean it
extremely-
straight out.
charges. Yes. I can ask someone to do the RIF really quickly.
One more thing. What kind of prior criminal history does this have, if any?
Both of them were dismissed. There's assault bodily injury from 2019 that was dismissed, and UCW that from 2020 was dismissed as well.
From where? Here and there?
Yes, yes.
Because I don't see it. That's why I was asking. Same
Check
complaining
his
witness?
criminal history, but let's see. Right, yes, there was assault bodily injury. I'm just looking at the NCIC, but the ABI was dismissed in 2019. Unlawful carrying of a weapon was dismissed in 2020, and that looks like that's the only criminal history.
ABI, same complaining witness? Can you see it? Mr. Roy, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
25.
What do you do for a living?
I got a part-time job, looking for a full-time.
Okay.
It's not the same complainant. From the assault, I believe it's a man.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have contact with the complaining witness in this case. You're also not to be in possession of any weapons. A protective order has been issued in this case. I would get to know it because if you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. Then things will go sideways extremely quick. You violate those types of conditions on the DPO, I can hold you at no bond, zero bond, and I will do it in a heartbeat to protect every single person in Harris County. I don't care who they are. I don't care what color they are. Do you understand? You are also not to smoke any weed, consume any alcohol, use any illegal drugs. And I'm telling you now, I'm going to test you like crazy. If I find that you're using anything, likewise, I will put you in jail. And I'm going to tell you now, you will not get any more PR bonds. So you get into jail, you pick up multiple cases and you get a bunch of high bonds. If you don't have anyone to pony up $10,000, $15,000, you'll be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with. All I'm asking you to do is be nice. That's it. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
No.
What kind of job are you working now?
Detail and cleaning houses.
And how much money do you make a month?
It just depends on the houses that we get.
Okay.
It's on call.
I will give you a lawyer today, but it's time for you to get a full-time job.
Linus is so close, guys. So close. So close. With just a little bit more, Linus will come to America.
A 40-hour-a-week job.
$2.
Do you
Throw her
understand?
$2.
So I'm bringing you back in 2 weeks and I want to know, and I want to see what you have done to get a full-time job. A legitimate.
I'll be on it every day.
That's what it is. Because when you have too much time on your hands, you just become self-destructive and we want what's best for you. So for now, I'm going to have you, I need you to fill out an application. Well, hold on a second. I got one. Don't worry about it. I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria and then I'm going to have to take your seat in the jury box. So we'll get your bond conditions and then here momentarily, I'll have you talk to a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Hey, be nice. It's not hard.
I got a block on it.
Hey, you ready? Come on.
Judge,
Hey, good morning.
I'm Chris Chavez.
Okay. You're signing on now for the first time?
No, Judge, at the arraignment, he stated that he was in GED classes. He wanted proof of the enrollment.
Great.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I have screenshots on my, because it's from a website, it's an online course. So I don't know if the court wanted to see it.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen it.
I've seen it.
Is he enrolled into GED classes or how?
And just to be frank with the court, before we even came, I had asked, prior to his arraignment, I had asked what his status was, and they had told me he was already enrolled in GED classes since before we were here the first time. So this was, the screenshots are the proof of that.
Mr. Shirez, come up.
Hope
You were
they
here.
know.
Are you? Is there anything that you'd like to say on this case? Is everything okay?
I'm here for the next case. to take
Got it.
over.
Okay.
Got
it. Okay. I just want to make sure you were, nothing new that we need to address. You're doing classes. How's that going?
It's going good.
What are you doing? Tell me.
I'm taking history classes.
Great. How far have you gotten?
I have to go in person for a test next week.
Okay. Study before you go in. Don't just go in thinking that you're going to pass. You need to do your work beforehand. And if you study hard, it'll pay off. What else do you have to do besides history? Oh, the whole gambit?
Yeah, you have to pay for the classes. So
Okay.
I just pay for history to finish it, and then I'll probably just move on to like math or whatever I got to do next.
Okay. What are you doing in the meantime? Are you working or what are you doing?
I quit my job because I have the income monitor. So
Why does that prevent you from working?
it's just wasn't feeling right. I work in like a warehouse. I do like walking around the food and stuff. So I just want to finish my GED school.
You need a job. You need to do something because people just get into a whole bunch of trouble when they don't work and they don't have anything to do. So I want you to work. You need to do something with your life. I want you to start looking for a job, even if it's part-time working at a desk, just shuffling papers. Okay. All right. Well, good luck. I'm bringing him back in a couple of weeks. I want to see what he's doing. It's the bottom of page 4. Okay. Please stay on top of him. Make sure he's getting his stuff done. Okay. All right, guys. Good luck.
Judge, how long of a recess?
I don't know, 3 weeks. Let's see how he's doing. Hey, Will.
Everybody be quiet. Oh, let me see his outfit
okay.
now. Look. Man.
Good morning, Ms. Cuartero. I hope you now realize that we mean business, that court courts, we're here for a certain reason. You have to show up. And when you show up, good things happen. When you don't show up, this is what happens. Your case is extremely old. Time after time, we're not going to do that anymore. No more catch and release. You need to understand from now on, what you're doing is you're pleading guilty to this offense. It's going to go on your record. So they can use this to enhance your punishment. From now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. So depending on what type of crime you pick up, if it's bad, it only goes up from there. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never take this, it's stuck like this forever. You don't want a probation to try to keep it off your record?
Saving up for probation judge. This happened a long time ago. I talked with her family extensively, actually. She's in a different place in her life now. She has a young son to take care of. That's her main focus. I think it'd be best to get this case behind her. I don't think a conviction is going to affect her in the future with her job.
You guys, better than, there are types of probation that if you complete it successfully, you don't end up with a conviction, right? You couldn't even make it you couldn't even make it to court. So you better than anyone else. I don't know you. Will just met you, so barely knows you. If this is the way, okay. But once you get this conviction, you can never take it off. Do you want a probation to try to keep it off? Can you make it?
He trimmed his beard way down. See that? Got a nice haircut.
Transportation.
Judge, I think
I'm willing to let you remotely, report remotely via Zoom, but you got to show us that you mean business.
Okay.
Cuartero, I'm a firm believer that everybody deserves at least a chance once. You know what I mean? But if you know that it's not going to happen and you're just you could end up in, more trouble.
that if we go on probation and then we're found to be in violation by missing a meeting or being behind on fees or something, the judge can revoke your probation and put you back in jail for a while. Do you want to try that or do you want to do this?
Funny in a couple different ways.
Okay, we want to do what we agreed on, Judge. The time, sir.
Okay, all right. They've offered you 3 days in jail, credit for the 8 days that you've done. How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? Guilty or not guilty? You give up the right to a trial, the right to confront and cross-examine your witnesses. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you can never change this. Are you a citizen of the United States? Okay, well, that's good. I will find you guilty. I will roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. Remember, from now on, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. So when you're out there, think about what you're doing, because depending on what you pick up, you could be doing just a boatload of time. And if you don't have anyone to take care of that kid, who do you think is going to take that kid from you? CPS. And when CPS gets involved in your life,
I think you want to see her again, Judge.
I hope. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'll find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Good luck to you. Okay, thanks, Will.
Can you find some of these?
Yeah.
Good
morning. Yeah.
Good morning.
What
So
the other
lovely to
case
see
was?
Steve in there.
Oh, Judge, there's a trial case coming up on the 8th.
Hear
I'm
that?
giving Morgan an opportunity to talk to her.
Trial coming up. Trial coming up in 5 days, guys. 5 days.
Herman, see what we can do about the case. It's a DWI.
Is it defense lawyer?
Herman Martinez.
Oh, Herman, huh?
Yes, Judge. Right, I thought the same thing. It's fun. Let's try to work it out, see what's going on.
So which one?
I'll just send that. Thank you, Mark.
Just
I
everything.
always wear my prom dress to Walmart, always.
Judge, for the added counties, we need a set of bonds, so I can get them
What's the last name?
forward.
And I never lie, never.
On page 31.
We have to give him a PR bond. Are you kidding?
I did tell them yesterday.
I mean, what,
They had arrangements to let them know.
Orange County doesn't care?
Judge, for this one, so Orange County came and picked up.
Believe it or not, that's the most stressful part about going to Harris County to see the judge. The whole chat is going to be like, oh, what is she wearing? Blah, blah, blah. What is she wearing? Ah. She looks like a banana. She looks like a coconut. Yep. Yep. Because we do that.
And one town behind.
Oh,
So the sheriff's department said he didn't take it to releasing in time.
okay.
And then Steven said he was in a wheelchair.
I believe it's because he's in a wheelchair and they didn't want to take that.
You're kidding.
Because he was, before, when he was transported to jail, he was placed in the hospital for a while.
What, do you know why
leg
he's in a
injuries and
wheelchair?
Stuff like that, so it's hard for him to walk.
Did he
So
get
they
shot
probably
or
didn't want
something?
it- they didn't probably-
Did he get shot?
I'm not sure about that part. So I just know it's hard for him to walk, so I'm assuming that's why they're.
How are all your babies and grandbabies and great grandbabies doing today?
Set the bond at 25,000.
Okay.
And then, so we have to give him a PR bond. He's back there, right?
Yes, he is.
You mind bringing him out?
We'll bring him back, Your Honor.
Birthday suit. I can if I don't get my dang laundry done.
You have some.
Yes.
I don't have any kids with the same problem, but most of us in here have kids that have kept us up all night long, over and over and over and over and over again. I'm sure yours is a little bit more intense. Not even joking, but man, you'll get your sleep. Don't worry. Sleep comes.
Hi, Judge Pepper. And before we approach on the dot, what time do you pick your juries?
As soon as we get him.
Because we're set for trial next Tuesday, and I just have a Fort Bend case as well. Just want to know what.
So what we do is we typically pick
Absolutely.
it as soon as we get the jury, which is usually about 9:30 to 10, and then we break for the day.
Okay.
As soon as we're done with the word hour, we'll break, we'll start testimony the next day and just run until we.
Okay, cool. I'll probably just go to Fort Bend first and just come out here around that.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have the jury by
I only
9:30.
need clothes at the top
So we're
half.
definitely going?
Yeah, it seems like it. Yes, we've talked a
Wonderful.
lot about it.
Great. Yes, let's do it.
Yes. All right.
I want to go. It's been a long time.
I have two cases today. Miss Priscilla Hernandez. Judge, she's just having, August was hard with the start of school and everything for her to get into PTI. She's asking for 45 days to get into PTI. She's here.
Ms. Hernandez, come up.
Everything's done. It's just a financial thing. For the DA fee and all that.
How is she going to make it through probation? Because it's going to be even so much more expensive.
It's only like $100.
Tonight was bingo night at my bar. And one of the prizes that I bought was a little Hello Kitty basketball net with a little Hello Kitty basketball. So my regulars come in. They're my Penn State crowd. Don't hate on Penn State, guys. Just let it roll. So they're my Penn State crowd. They come in for every Penn State game, and they're elderly. They are elderly. Not that elderly. They're like 10 years older than me. So no, they're not that elderly. I just mean they're not little children who would be into Hello Kitty. But the guy, as soon as the guy won, he won bingo right away. He was so excited. He's like, "What should I get? What should I get? What should I get?" So I run over to the table and I grab the Hello Kitty basketball net, and he was so happy. I don't even know why, but he loved it. He loved getting that Hello Kitty. Now I know he's just going to gift it at Christmas to his granddaughter, and that's perfectly great. That's wonderful. But he was really pleased that I made him pick a Hello Kitty basketball net instead of like the 3-in-1 men's shampoo, conditioner, body wash.
Go ahead, but then supervisory fee, what if they tell her she's gotta do IOP SOP? That's another,
It's not, no, I think they're, the IOP, SOP, that's not that expensive. Like, I think it's like 40 something, yeah.
and your case is nearly 200 days old, and I mean, I can't give you 45 days. It's just too much. I can give you some time, but how long?
I just asked for like 30 days and that was all I needed.
You must have absolutely everything done by 30 days. If you do not have absolutely everything done, I'm gonna set your case for trial. I will not take anything else. That's, by then it's gonna be, I mean, just so much more than what we normally do.
I'm a server. All I do is
So
run.
I mean, you must have paid the DA fee and have the interlock installed in your car and proof to Herman. You understand, man? Okay, all right, go ahead, take a seat for me. Or do you want to have a sign a reset real quick? All right.
And if Pujols is still new,
Pujols?
yeah. Not,
Yeah,
actually,
whatever you
East
need.
as well.
Okay. Mr. Ford, how are you? What happened? What happened?
Someone screwed, broke my ankle and for children my son.
Ouch.
It was just a car accident.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Did you get shot? It was a car accident. Okay. You have a
second.
warrant out of Orange
Real
County.
quick.
Orange County came to pick all you guys up, and I don't know why they left you behind. I have no idea. But the law says I have to give you a PR bond, and I'm gonna do that today. So you'll be released today. But what you gotta understand is that the warrant will not go away. That warrant is still out there, and it will eternally be out there until you take care of that case. At the minimum, what you need to do is go post bond for that Orange County case, and you can do that here. You should be able to do that here in Harris County. And then that lifts the warrant, and then they'll give you a court date so you can go take care of that case. But otherwise, what's gonna happen is you're gonna keep getting arrested. You're gonna keep sitting in jail for the next, 10 days, 14 days. And then they're gonna release you, and you're gonna keep playing this game until you take care of that case. They're not gonna treat you very good. I mean, they'll, some. All right, so we'll release you today, but make it up to Orange or go post that bond, okay? Okay, man. Good luck, bud. Yeah, we'll give you paperwork here momentarily. Okay, man, take care.
What, do you want the same thing?
We'll have them start filling it out. And we'll
I'm shirking in my duties,
I
guys.
can't
Sorry.
delete that.
I got
Yes, ma'am, I can't
distracted.
delete that one MRP on top.
Turn it off and turn it back on, Judge.
Are you able to delete it?
Use
The
white
first
out on
one
your
in the
screen.
queue, it's on Edinburgh. Remember the case that we did?
Judge?
Yeah,
Separate
Melissa.
vote. Oh, Melissa.
Michael has to unsign it.
Who does?
Michael.
Might go psycho.
Two things, please. If you, one, I need you to unsign the motion to adjudicate on Edinburgh, if you don't mind, so we can delete it, the case that we dealt with yesterday. And then I have another MRP, if you don't mind signing, please.
Okay. I gotta look into how to unsign. Let me look into that.
Okay.
So we have this big
problem.
space
Yes, you-
here.
Yes, sir.
Can you take a look at that, please?
We have this big space here where the judge is, oh my God, I just called Victoria Melissa. Victoria, hi. We have this big space here where the judge is not even in the chair. You would think that would make it easier on the mods. Be wrong. We got a whole post today about us. We're famous.
Okay, man. Have fun, man. Elon, what's up, man? How are you? Happy New Year. Ready?
The client is back. This is for the admonishment.
I'm bringing him up.
Spanish speaker, Your Honor.
No quiero que te pase de nuevo. Si pasa de nuevo, te voy a poner un orden de arrest. ¿Entiendes? Cuando ellos te llaman que tienes que hacer un examen, tienes que hacer el examen. Si no vas, te voy a poner orden de arrest. No va a pasar de nuevo. ¿Me entiendes, Méndez? I'm telling him that he can't miss again. If he missed the test again, I will issue a warrant for his arrest. I'm not going to play the game again. This is the last chance. So please admonish him accordingly, okay?
So I was calling Spanish.
Did he do that while the judge was away? Where was it? Was it earlier? Did we, well, because I played the whole docket so far. What did I miss? Okay, we can do this together. There's a delay from when I talk to when you hear me. So this is going to be challenging. But just help me find it. All right, here's what we'll do. We'll watch Steven and see how Steven reacts and see if we can find a guy going crazy in the back of the court. Wow, it's hard to watch Steven. I lost Steven. We're looking for a guy who went crazy in the back of the court. No, Kathy doesn't help. I need a lot of words. Oh, from the other day? I'm never going to find it. I don't know if I played it. No idea. None. Absolutely not. I feel like I did. All right, where were we? We're with this guy, right? 58, 50, 58.
No quiero que te pase de nuevo. Si pasa de nuevo, te voy a poner un orden de arrest. ¿Entiendes? Cuando ellos te llaman que tienes que hacer un examen, tienes que hacer el examen. Si no vas, te voy a poner orden de arrest. No va a pasar de nuevo. ¿Me entiendes, Méndez? I'm telling him that he can't miss again. If he missed the test again, I will issue a warrant for his arrest. I'm not going to play the game again. This is the last chance. So please admonish him accordingly, okay?
So I was calling Spanish. What exactly what you just said.
So you have admonished him as well?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
What is his last name again?
Yaxcal, Y-A-S-C-A-L.
I don't think
as soon
we're
as
actually
Okay.
allowed
All right, have a great
to
day.
hug Steven. I think that might be a problem. I think we might get in big trouble if we try to do that. However, I don't care if he tases me. I'm hugging Victoria and Melissa.
We'll give you normal reset.
Yes, sir, we were receiving.
All right, take care. Hey, Sam,
Good, how are you?
what's new, man?
I'm here on a race Fuentes.
Okay,
I think you sent him out for a drug test.
come up, Mr. Cifuentes.
I was gonna approach because I think that the complaining witness said that he wanted to have contact, but it looks like y'all already amended the bond conditions.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
The documents that he has no longer say no contact with Benjamin Cifuentes, so I assume that they did.
The bond conditions haven't been established, that's just so that you can go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did it so I could send him for a drug test now because he had a bond violation. The bond violation was.
Order in the court.
Picked up the new case.
Right, and so that was the day I was appointed. I believe you revoked his bond on that day.
Mr. Cifuentes, guys, keep it down, please. I want you to understand. Every time you pick up a new case, every time you do something to violate the bond conditions here, you subject yourself to having your bond revoked, double, triple, quadruple. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect this county.
So about that guy, yes, Jasmine. So he doesn't come out today, right? Linus, he comes out, I'm sorry, I said that so wrong. You're going to be so confused. He doesn't come out in this docket, which was yesterday. Judge put him on for tomorrow, which is today, because he's creating so much chaos back in the jail that they're keeping him in, that the guards came out to the judge and said, you gotta do something about this guy. He's absolutely out of control. So Ramirez or something like that. No, Ramirez, isn't it? He's coming in 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I don't know what time he's coming, but he's coming on today's docket because he's causing so many issues that the judge has to admonish him.
At all costs. And if I have to put you down kicking and screaming, I'm okay with it. No more smoking weed. Do you understand?
Boys,
You will.
I've been stopped. This has been 30 days.
Okay, I get it, but from the first time that we tested you, I'm giving you 40 days. And if you test positive at the next time, I'm keeping you yet again. So he picked up the case when? The 17th of last month. So 40 days from that day, don't use, don't smoke. You better look at every single thing you put in your body. You understand? Okay.
Yeah,
Sam,
I thought it started with a
what do
V.
you
I
want?
think you're right.
So his father is the complaining witness on the terroristic threat. And I believe that there's currently no contact with the father and they've done a rip call. He doesn't want charges and he wants the no contact drop.
Obviously, father is right.
So he's currently staying with his cousin. He's in high school.
You spoke to
Right,
dad?
we've conducted a RIP call. The counsel is correct. He still wants to have contact with the defendant.
What's your position? Are you okay with it? I mean, look, this is what I'd like to do. Look, I'm going to issue a protective order now. I'm going to admonish him now. If you could let dad know that a protective order has been issued, the parameters of the protective order so that he knows if Mr. Cifuentes starts acting up out there, that a violation will occur. He'll pick up a third case. And then at that point, we set bond it, what it is. Very high. I'm issuing now what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Benjamin Lee Cifuentes as a protected. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon. This usually comes with a residential restriction. I will take it off so that he can go back to the house. But you need to understand what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. It's what he perceives. So if you go to dad and you start going like this, is that threatening, harassing? It most certainly is. So be careful, because in his house, it's his rules, not your rules. Do you understand?
In this house, it's their rules. I do what I'm told.
Okay. So I'll allow the contact because dad wants it. We issue the protective order. This includes no weapons, Mr. Cifuentes. He gets tested, 40 days from that one date, and then we go from there.
Is there a way to specify on the protective order? So I know it's 60 days versus 90 days for whether a weapon was or was not involved. In this case, are we saying that a weapon was or was not involved? Because there's no weapon, but
I don't know.
Jody, I'm glad something
I just want to
helped.
specify so we know whether it's in effect for 60 or 90.
It doesn't look like there was an actual weapon involved.
Regardless, I will also file no threatening, harassing, and no weapons, so that outlives the motive. So he cannot have any threatening, harassing contact throughout the life of this case.
I only ask because I've asked the state to evaluate, and so I'm hoping that the state, the dad's already said no contact. I'm hoping that the case goes away. I know that the motive will outlive the dismissal, so I just wanted to check on that. All right, thank you.
Sam, always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Aaron. Oh, I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Rooker?
I didn't mean to skip you, I swear.
Don't let it happen again, Judge.
Okay, who do we have here?
Mr. Rucker, Chris Rucker.
Good morning, Mr. Rucker.
Morning.
What's going on with you? Mr. Rucker, you're charged with terroristic threat. Looks like you also have the case upstairs, the possession of a controlled substance. Is this today just for this case?
Yes, sir. They're completely unrelated.
Okay, so Mr. Rucker,
Do you want to hear something sad about today? Doesn't matter. I have the microphone. So the judge left for that long time today, which he does. He goes and helps out other courtrooms. Well, he went to courtroom 10 today. Courtroom 10 is Juanita. She streams. She live streams. So when I found out he was going to courtroom 10, I ran to get courtroom 10, and she was not streaming today. I almost caught him in another courtroom helping out another judge, and they did not stream that courtroom today. Rude.
you've worked out an agreement, they're offering you 4 days in jail, credit.
Order in the court.
4 days in jail, credit for the 11 days that you've done. So basically, you're done with our case today. However, you will not be let out because you still have the case upstairs. You understand?
Sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of terroristic threat?
No contest.
Okay, I am still going to find you guilty. The only other thing that you must understand, Mr. Rucker, that if you continue with the same course of conduct within a certain amount of time, it's very possible that they file a felony charge against you. And then you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. So whatever it is to what you got this charge, be very careful.
Juanita
You
scares
understand?
me.
Oh, man. Okay, good luck to you. All right. Thank you, Abel. You ready?
I call my client up there. I'm appointed. Yeah.
He's got a collar, folks.
Sure you want to do this, Mr. Abrams? You realize that this charge will go on your record. It's going to end up as a conviction.
Or there is no such thing as a Mary Beth in payroll, and Victoria has been trolling us this entire time. She would do something like that,
This isn't like Target. When you get tired of it, or you don't like it, you can just return it. Once you plead guilty, it will reflect as a conviction on your record for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. And the problem is from now on, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. when you pick up another case, if you pick up another case, which hopefully you don't, but this could really also hamper your ability to get a job in the future. Did you offer deferred?
I'm sorry.
Robert,
Not
did
sure
you
if we
offer
are.
deferred?
I can ask Chief, I'm not sure.
It was not offered on there. He does have a little bit of a history, and that's what Patel was.
Got it. Okay, I don't know whether he has history or not.
90 days on this, that would be abandoned that in order to make this law.
I see. Yeah, he's got quite a history. Okay. Mr. Abrams, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, raised in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, like I said, you can't return it. Stuck until it's done. This is what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement and sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I will roll your court costs so you won't know anything. Good luck, Mr. Yates. Thanks, Eric. Okay. Of course.
Judge, I'm approaching on a case that's on your docket, Mr. Rafael Lobet, L-O-B.
Lobet?
Lobet. He's not here today, Judge. His appearance was waived.
How at 200 days? It shouldn't be waived at this.
Should not. I looked it up. I thought it was.
I understand it is.
Oh.
It shouldn't be.
Oh, understood. And I think that's why I'm required to approach to talk about this one.
We usually, when the case hits 180 days, we start requiring appearances. So I don't know how it got to this stage, but what do you want to do with this case?
There's a couple of issues on this case, Judge. First is the disclosure that's been made. I got the DA's first part of the disclosure. I'm asking for the full report on that disclosure. There's 2 disclosures that were made, 2 incidents. I'd like the full reports on both. Secondly,
I
there's
have no idea what you're talking about.
So I believe there was some supplemental.
Lobet.
Yes, Judge, I've already inspected the documents. We're going to be filing a motion for a camera inspection. We're going to find the documents off docket, and hopefully you can conduct a camera inspection in the room, so we can either provide it to Ricardo or not.
Anything else you're missing? Or is that it?
I'm not sure, I think.
Can you file that today or when?
Yes, Judge, I'm having Germany's file.
Do it today? Okay, great. I'll try to rule on it within the next day, today.
no worries, Judge. The second issue is there's a video that's outstanding. I haven't been provided that video. It's supposed to show whether, so this video is important because it shows operation.
If there's a video, doesn't matter what it is, we got to get it.
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
And Judge, it looks like the video's expired, we're not getting it. We're just following up to make 100% sure we're not gonna get it. But we have notes that the video's expired. So we're not gonna.
Expired?
Yes, Judge. It doesn't look like it was.
This is from the Lord of the Rings too. Can you see it? Hold on. Yeah. Sorry. Fozzie started it.
Was tagged. A lot of times officers will go look at the video, but they won't tag anything. So they won't follow up the next day.
What do you
It
mean?
looks like
Is this like a video from like a convenience store, like
the gas station of him driving up, and it's what we use to prove operation in the case, Judge.
Correct.
The officer
That's-
viewed it, but it was never tagged.
and why they wouldn't, like,
It happens more than anything.
just,
I would have no problem if we just go ahead and exclude that video, Judge.
Well, Judge, I mean, the officer viewed it, it goes to the way there. It's whether or not we actually
awesome.
look, but it's 200 days.
I understand.
I'll give you a week to get it.
Yes, Judge.
If not, then we'll talk about
Sounds good, Judge.
from there, but
Okay.
within the week also, is there anything else you're outstanding?
Just that and the disclosures, and that's the biggest issue.
Okay, I will rule on disclosures as soon as I get it. We'll have them, get the video, whether it's there or not. Set your case off a week. You guys got to be here at the next setting so you can figure out what we're gonna do. And yeah, we'll go.
1 week.
1 week, yeah,
Appreciate it.
for sure. Hi,
I mean,
Ms. Freeman,
the PD.
you ready? Okay, I'm ready when you're, who is it?
Federico Loredo.
Laredo, come on up. It's okay, come on up. What are we doing? Okay.
I always laugh at your jokes.
Judge, how did you learn Spanish?
My parents are from Chile, so I grew up, but it's more like Mexican Spanglish, because, you know, I don't know, I just, being back there so much in the holdover, you know, back and working in kitchens, so that's where I really, I'm too lazy to speak it at home.
That song, that famous song, Gracias a la Vida, is Chilean.
Have you ever heard the song? It's the guy's El General. You know what I'm talking about? Muévelo, muévelo. ¿Cómo lo hace? That's the only one I really. I don't listen to much. You know. And this is back. I mean, God, early 2000s.
That says things to life and he got up.
Well, this is like more old school. Like. Pero muévelo. Qué sabrosa.
Sounds just like very
All right, good morning, Mr. Laredo.
I feel like
So
Brett
is this
here.
it's a second DWI?
Yes.
And he was lucky enough to get into the PTI program.
Yes, Judge.
This is really a big shame, Mr. Laredo, because when you have one DWI, they don't let you get into this diversion program because this gives you the opportunity to get this case dismissed. Once you have one DWI on your record, that usually excludes you. And I don't even know how you got it, but somehow she worked her magic and got you into this diversion program. And now they're kicking you out. That's it. What you need to understand is this DWI now will reflect as a conviction on your record. With your record, if you ever get into a car and have the even remote faint smell of alcohol, an officer, when they pull up to your car, they're going to look at your record. What do you think they're going to do?
Joe?
No. Prison. You are now looking at up to 10 years in prison. After today, you will have 2 DWIs on your record. So you get pulled over, have even the remote smell of alcohol, an officer will charge you with a 3rd DWI. And now you're looking at prison time. No more jail, no more days, now years, perhaps a decade, depending on the facts and circumstances of the case. What I'm trying to impart to you is that you should never get into a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, because you could lose many, many years of your life. We have way too many people dying on our streets in Harris County. So even the smell, that's it.
Hey, maybe I should go to Harris County.
What exactly did he do here?
They had him, well, the TRs recommended he go to a community residential program while he was participating in the community residential. He tested positive for
That would be
alcohol.
so ironic.
At
If
an
I got
actual
hit by a
residential
drunk driver.
place?
Well, when he reported to the officer, they drug tested him and he tested positive for alcohol. So they were saying because he's in residential.
I know they're
and
there.
Testing positive for alcohol, he needed to be monitored at a higher level and there was able to be that part of the.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Okay. You can hear me, but it was my cat.
What's your immigration status?
No immigration status now.
You know what happens if you go to jail, right? What happens?
Deportation.
Right. Who do you have here? Who depends on you here? Who?
My wife,
Who else?
my two daughters.
Wow. How old are your daughters?
19 and 14.
Ugh.
He didn't know.
I'm going to tell you now that at 14 and 19, especially with the 14-year-old, this is the most delicate part of their lives. And if they meet the wrong person, it's really going to be a tremendous headache for you. And not only for them, but their lives could truly spiral out of control. So what you need to do, you need to imagine if you go to jail, immigration puts a hold on
Nobody
you.
is standing.
You will be stuck like Chuck
Nobody
for
here
at
stands
least
except for
9
maybe
months.
Linus.
And I'm going to tell you now,
Eagle's not here. He stands.
you're not here to help them out. They may resort to other people.
I can't stand. Oh, my legs hurt so bad. I ran my tush off at work tonight.
For love and support that you may not agree with. So next time you think when you're out there of making some kind of move that could really put you in jail, what you probably should be doing is thinking about that 14-year-old daughter or that 19-year-old daughter, what's going to happen if you're in jail for a year. They may find love and support in a place that you don't like.
Sorry, Fozzie's cat. But it really was the cat.
I'm going to tell you now that whatever the TRAS recommends, that's what I'm going to do. Because the clinicians that you speak to are better served by recommending what needs to happen. All I want to do is protect my streets, and I'll do it at all costs. And if that means putting you in jail, okay. So when you're out there, think about what you're doing. So are we doing an 18-month or what are we doing?
It's 1 year.
It's a 1-year probation. What else?
Effective decision making,
Okay,
5 victim impact panels.
5 victim impact panels.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
A DWI repeat offender course,
good.
random urine analysis, no refusals, no drugs or alcohol.
Okay, hold on a second.
Sorry.
When she means no breath test refusal, what that means is that if you were in a car and you were driving, you get pulled over, an officer asks you to submit to a breath sample, you must submit to a breath sample. If you don't, you are in violation of this probation. As it stands now, me, as part of this agreement, I'm going to suspend your driver's license. You're not allowed to drive. And I'm going to tell you, if I find you driving, holy moly, I will hit the roof with how upset I'm going to be. Do, for any reason, Mr. Laredo, do not get into a car and drive. What else?
No drugs or alcohol.
Okay,
The guardian's interlock.
Okay, well, I'm sure he has one now, right? Does he have, what does he have now?
It has an interlock.
Okay.
No, it's in his vehicle.
Okay.
It's in the car.
Okay, I'm suspending your license today, so you're not allowed to drive. You need to understand that you're gonna have to get a portable device and then once you get the portable device, we'll take it off your car, but you're not allowed to drive. Okay, what else?
And then 10 hours of community service.
What I will do in lieu of the community service, if he does a parenting class, then I'll waive the community service. But I think instead of picking up trash on the side of the road, I think we're better served by him taking the parenting class.
We're suspending the license for 1 year?
2 years.
I could use one of those parenting class things.
Let me tell you, Mr. Laredo, you're extremely lucky that you're not going to jail today, but you're not out of the woods. Because depending on what the TRAS says, they may recommend inpatient treatment. And if they do you understand? If you violate this probation, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. And then you're now looking at an entire year. Is it 180 or is it a year?
A year.
You're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand? If I were you, I would do everything in my power to do whatever I need to do to stay out of jail, because if you go, you will get an immigration detainer. So if you have an alcohol problem, you better address it.
Yeah, but I had to buy it and then
You're
cook
giving up
it,
the right to a trial,
wait for them to
right
eat
to
it,
compel
and
witnesses
then I
to
got
testify on your
some
behalf,
after I begged them to
confront
get
and
me a plate because
cross-examine your
I'm here.
accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the
You're
right to
right.
appeal.
I don't need a
Once you
parenting
plead
class. They
guilty,
need a class.
that's it. You can never appeal this or take this away. Is this what you want to do, sir? Your other options, you can set this case for trial.
So the option for probation.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Now I get to do dishes when I'm done with this stream.
I will find you guilty. I will send you to the agreement. You're skirting extremely thin ice. I would be very careful. That ice breaks, your butt's gonna
One
freeze.
pan, one fork. Cook
Good luck to you,
bacon
Mr. Lorena.
with love.
Thank you, Ms. Pimentel.
Thank you, Ben.
When he does a TRAS, I'm gonna guess that they're probably gonna recommend sober court, because I think that that's what he really needs. So I think that he's better served by doing sober. 20 Papa 1.
All right, Gaskin. He was the air judge.
Put it anywhere, pal.
Who's the air?
Good thing we didn't get a paper cut. Huh? Good morning, Ms. Smith. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that this charge will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the proverbial slap on the wrist, it's a minimum of 30 days. You also need to understand that when an officer pulls you over, they're going to see this. What other kind of criminal history does she have? Oh, I don't know if I'm going to do this. She just had one that was dismissed 6 months ago, and now she picked up another DWI, and now we're doing a time serve. No, man. Why? So you can wrap your car around the pole? You didn't get it the first time, and now you're here yet again? Sorry, man.
Judge, and the reason I did offer a judge for this case is because she did successfully complete the PTI. I understand that she's failed this time, but that was the state's thoughts when we made that offer of time served, is she did actually successfully complete.
So she completes successfully the PTI program.
Yes, Judge.
I guess it didn't take because now she's here on another one. Was there an accident?
In this case, Judge,
Yeah, blood test, breath test.
no, there was no accident. There was a blood test, a blood warrant executed. I can tell you the number. .19.
Why do we do this?
Your Honor, she is no longer drinking. She's not going to engage in this again. This is why she takes the time served. She understands the consequence that it will go on her record. She won't be back. She understands the importance.
I don't believe, you know what? Every time someone says that, they're back in 2 weeks. You know? What do you do for a living, man?
I'm a housing case manager.
What kind of money you make? 28 an hour? I don't know. I really don't. I just.
Judge, she's extremely apologetic. She understands the importance. You know, she has to face this forever. Both of these are going to be on her record.
No, only one. Only one. And the problem is, Miss Smith, is that, you know, I've got a bunch of kids at home. And when my kid tells me sorry, I'm like, okay, bud, please. You know, I'm trying to teach you to do things the right way. Please don't do it again. And he makes the same mistake again. I'm like, come on, man. You know, this is 2 times now. And then they make the mistake again. And then they tell me sorry. They tell me sorry. They tell me sorry. They tell me sorry. The value of that sorry is meaningless because you've continued to make the same mistake. They put you through a program. You were supposed to do educational programs, victim impact panel to show you how serious of a problem the epidemic of driving while intoxicated is. And yet, 6 months later, you're here with another one. My experience is that when we're too nice and too easy on people, they take it for granted and they don't learn. And what we need to do is find alternate methods. What we do typically is probation. And when that doesn't work, we put people in jail because hopefully that is jarring enough of an experience to wrap your head around it. You've already been to jail 2 different times.
Judge, maybe she can show that she is serious about this time and she takes some AA classes and we still do the time served. Just a way to show that she understands the importance of, you know, not drinking and driving.
Did she do a DB education class with the last one? Shatoria, if we wanted someone to do a repeat offender DWI education class, can they do it? How long is it?
The repeat offenders is, I think, 6 weeks.
Okay, that's the only way I'm gonna do this.
Okay, we'll do it.
So, how does she sign up for it?
I can give her a referral.
It's okay. Take your time, Shatoria. I really want you to learn something. I want the best for you, right? I'm not gonna just throw you out onto the street to where we did it the first time. And you really, to get it dismissed, you have to go above and beyond. This is the second time now you're back here with above a 0.15. On your first one, you blew a 0.15, and now again, you're here at another 0.15. I'm not gonna do this again. And I'm going to tell you from now on, I'm really going to bring the pain if I see you come back here. So the only way, like I said, we'll do a repeat offender education class. And then as a part of the agreement, I'm okay with it at that point. So your case is now 180 days. So I will set this case off for 6 weeks. If you do not have it done, then that's it. But you must have it done and then we can continue with the deal. But I really want you to gain something from this. And it serves no legitimate purpose just to throw you out on the street and continue to do this because I don't want you to kill yourself. And more importantly, I don't want you to kill someone in Harris County. I tell you, we get to do special things as judges, right? And so we've done what they're called wet labs, where you get to go drink a bunch of booze and you take breath tests. And I did it and I drank a bunch and then I blew a 14, a 0.14. I was licked. at 14. And I knew at that point I shouldn't have gotten in the car. So at a 0.19, no. All right, so let's do that. We'll set it off 6 weeks. She must have it done by the time.
Slow down one second. Do you have to pay to do this wet lab? Can anybody do it? Do they have any near me? How many times in one day can you do it? Do you get a prize?
She comes back.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Okay, how are they getting those?
No way, Shannon. You're not coming. You're Irish. You're gonna drink it all. I won't get any. I'm Irish too, but you're more Irish. Absolutely not. You can have root beer. All right, it's on. Me versus you.
Okay, what's his case?
No, you can be the judge, Jess, but you can't drink. Nice. I'm glad I accidentally hit that one. When I went to Ireland, I trained. I did. I started 8 months before I went to Ireland with Guinness and Guinness and Guinness and Guinness and Guinness and Guinness. I wanted to make sure.
Okay, what else?
When I got there, I could represent. No, not these Americans that can't hold their liquor. No, I was good. And when I went there, so I stayed at the pubs until they closed every night. Every night. I wouldn't leave that pub until they said, "Okay, hotel motel time, get out of here." I was in my 40s when I went, and I went with my mother and her new husband and one of my friends. We all went. And it's funny because I was in my later 40s, not my early 40s, which doesn't matter because I was in my 40s. And I'm at the pub every single night until it closes. And every hour on the hour, here comes my mom into the pub. Are you okay? Get away from me. Are you okay? Oh, but Ireland was the best part about Ireland was the border collies with the sheep. It was just, I don't even have words to explain what they're like when you see them do their thing. And I mean, all he does is a little whistle, and they know right, left, back. They run forever, get the sheep, bring it back from a little, and they speak Gaelic. Border collies, they understand. It was so cool. So is the beer.
Terrible.
Page 26, welcome, simple arraignment, dealt up here.
5,002.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
What else?
Page 4, top of page 4, Burns, he sent him to get tested,
Okay.
came back. Twice came back. He's here.
You said page 4? Who got tested? Burns?
Andre?
Amy. Okay, and when was the last test? Okay. Say it again. What did he say? Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna set them off one more week just to give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's got a test in a week. Because Andrew, coming up. Oh, you're doing a plea. What do you want to do?
1 year deferred adjudication.
Okay, all right. I guess.
I just signed all the papers.
All right, coming up, Mr. Burns. Okay. Mom, you can come on up. What? I am not happy that you continue to test positive for marijuana. And I'm going to test you again in 2 weeks. If you continue to test positive, I'm going to put you in jail. I want you to understand that. I will. It's very possible, or what we can do is if you violate the terms and conditions of your probation, which are not to use any alcohol or drugs, a motion to revoke can be filed, and we can put you back in custody, let you out, and continue to play this game until you test negative. So we could literally hold you until you test negative, let you out, you continue with your life, and then you test positive again, boom, right back to jail until you test negative. And I'm going to tell you now, every time it'll be around 30 to 40 days for you just to get negative. So if you want to play this game, I'm happy to play with you, Mr. Burns, whatever you want to do. My main goal in your life now is for you to get your high school diploma. And I'm not going to let you go until you, at the very minimum, get your high school diploma. You will stay on probation until you get your high school diploma. And I can keep you here for the next 3 years of your life. And I'm happy to do it. Do you understand?
They're
Order in the
cool.
court.
What you're doing is
They're
you're
really
entering
cool.
into a type of probation that if you complete successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. But you give up, you give up almost every right known to man by entering this agreement. And if you fail to live up to the agreement, we will issue a warrant, we will put you in jail, bring you back in Orange, bring you back out in Orange. And if you violated the terms, you authorized me to put you in jail for an entire year. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. Like I said, you give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You cannot change this. As part of the agreement, for you to successfully complete it, you will have to do a thinking for a change. You will do a gun safety class, a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. You must fulfill any other conditions they assess. Substance abuse treatment, no drugs, no alcohol, forfeiture of the weapon, and your high school diploma. To me, that is the most important thing. And I'm going to tell you now, I like to reward people. I like to take people off early if they do a good job. But
Hey, Lacey.
because it makes me feel good to be nice.
Thanks
I
for
don't like to
popping in
be
and saying hi,
a
though.
meanie. I don't. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't like to put people in jail. You know, it like a piece of me goes with it. I really don't like it. But if you're going to endanger my city, if you're not going to follow the rules, at the same time, I don't have a problem with it. I'll do it in a heartbeat. So you have to know that you're facing a lot of time. And all we're asking you to do is just be a good person. That's all we're asking you to do. Mom, how's he been doing?
He's not caused me any problems. He's always been home when he's supposed to be home.
Okay.
He started working on his online classes.
How's that going?
He successfully completed the first class,
Okay.
and he's got 2 more to go, and then he'll start full-fledged
Okay.
course.
That's my primary concern. And I'll make you a deal, Mr. Burns. The minute you get your high school diploma, I will cut you loose. Because we can always early terminate your probation. That will give you the proverbial carrot for you to end the probation. The minute you get your high school diploma, we'll let you go. Waive all his fees, please. But if you start messing with us, I'm gonna put you in jail. And I'm gonna tell you now, you test positive, we can put you in jail, bring you back out, and we will continue with this process until you get your high school diploma. Do you have any questions? How do you plead to the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon, guilty or not guilty? I will not find you guilty. I'll withhold it for 12 months. Andrew, I will waive all the fees that I can. I cannot pay for outside classes, right? Third-party stuff I can't pay for.
Understood.
But I'll make sure that everything that we have, we'll try to make it so you don't have to pay. Or for like the thinking for change, I can't pay for that. I mean, we can't, right? I can't. Don't pick up any new cases. Just be nice. That's all we're asking you to do. All right? All right, guys, good luck. Thanks.
Mr. Burns, step over here so I can get something.
Mr. Ligon.
Tokyo is
Hey,
here.
I'm ready.
Hey, Tokyo.
It's Lucreta Adams.
Adams.
Okay. Are we doing what? Time, sir?
It's gonna be a 13-month deferred.
Okay. Sorry, Shatoria, you got your work cut out for you today. Sorry about that.
No, it's right.
Okay, good morning, Miss Adams. Ma'am, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You worked out an agreement. They're offering you a 13-month deferred adjudication. This is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, but you give up nearly every right known to man. If you violate this probation, we will put you in jail, and you're looking at an entire 180 days in jail. For you to complete it successfully, what are we doing?
Just a T-Rex.
Okay, really,
T-Rex and the condition.
all you have to do is what's called a TRAS. If they assess no conditions, then all you got to do is behave yourself. That's all you got to do. I don't know what they're going to assess. They may assess a class here or there, like a, what's something?
Effective decision-making.
They may do like an effective decision-making class. If you do well, I will cut you loose in half the time. Okay, I want to reward you for doing well. So if they assess any conditions and you get everything done and you're nice to everybody, in 7.5 months, I'll take you off road. Okay?
Judge, may I also ask, she's not working at the moment?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I was gonna ask,
Mr. Ligon.
waive fees. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You enter into a contract with us. You cannot undo this or change this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, ma'am? Guilty or not guilty? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold it for 13 months. Just get everything done. We'll take you off.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Ligon.
Thank you, sir.
Roll of court calls. Okay.
Page 17, bottom of 17.
Counsel, yeah,
Palomino.
what's going on?
Judge, I spoke with Mr. Gavin Ellis. We worked out Mr. Palomino's case. He just wants proof of insurance and a defense insurance.
How long do you want? We'll do that. It's old. So if he doesn't have it done by the next couple of weeks, he's got to be here. Okay. All right, man.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck.
Have a excuse, y'all. Thank you.
Can I go? Please. Look what time it is. I gotta be there in 15 minutes and it's to get there.
All right, I'll just throw the other one.
Yeah, do it. I can't.
Okay.
Guys, I gotta go. It's a Jewish New Year tonight, and so I gotta go get my kid. He's got half a day, so I gotta go.
But it didn't get started till sundown.
I know, but they still half a day in school, man. I gotta go get noon, and it's like 20 minutes just to get there. I'm gonna be late. They're gonna.
Schools are never happy when you're late. They don't care. Just waiting for this one part.
It is November 9th.
Ms. Dubose is here. Does she have a case? Talia Dubose? Ms. Dubose? Talia? Hey,
So I missed it. I don't know how I missed it, but I missed it. So somewhere during this docket, a lawyer came up to him and said that Valdez or whoever it is was causing issues back there. And the judge was like, okay, bring him out today. I thought it was right here at the very, very, very end, but we only have 1 minute left.
Hey, Judge, how are you doing?
I gotta run, man. I gotta go get my kid. He's got half a day and I'm gonna be super late. Tell me what you got.
Just a date for Eon Dawes. You told me to come back
No
when he
way.
had.
You
Yes,
do?
wait. I do.
Okay. When do you want to do it?
He says his flight is November 9th. So I was thinking that maybe if the warrant was lifted, maybe the day before, he would not have any issues getting on the.
Ms. Dubose, I'm with you and I will do it, okay?
Okay.
I gotta run, so just.
I'll check back in.
Yeah, just the day before, come back, let me know. I'll undo the warrant and we'll make sure that he can get in, okay?
Okay, have a good day, Judge. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, and see you soon. Okay. Okay, bye. All right, bye, everybody online. We will see you right now.
Nope, I missed it. I missed it. Yep, everybody get your high school diploma. All of ya. Yeah, hit the like button. If you're timed out, hit the like button. No, don't worry about that. That was not a good joke. All right. Tomorrow I have the Russian case, and that should take all of it up, and then Judge Fleischer. So thank you so much for coming out today. Right now it is Thursday, guys. You have almost made it to the end of the week. Yep. You got through hump day. No, it didn't play while I was making bacon because I didn't press play yet. I wasn't even at my computer. I was in the kitchen. As long as you graduated. You should have seen what I had to do to graduate. Oh, single mom with 3 kids, full-time job, and then full-time school. So I went to school in the middle of the night, like right now, like how I'm streaming. It was my kid's fault that I scream at this time because I'm used to it. But you do what you got to do to get things done. I'm gonna go watch Working Kelpie videos. So nobody bother me. I can't wait to see these videos. I just watched a couple and it's really cool. Thank you so much for coming out, guys. I hope I see you tomorrow. I'm gonna upload Kelly Trial Day 9 a.m. Right now. It takes a while to upload, but I'm putting it in right now. So you can see that later if you want to. All right, guys, behave, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Thanks, mods.
Got this life that goes digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her street sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With each string, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's moon. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom, eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor, dark and twisted, sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.